Hello everybody and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program, .24. So in this little mini-series we are planning a trip to Minmus to farm the hell out of all that science that's just eagerly waiting for us there when we get there. So the last episode we built our craft. This is essentially it. It's got this little fuel amount to help close the orbit out, but we already made our burnout to it and our orbit looks something like this, which we can always adjust as we get closer. We've adjusted our nose so that we are in the correct inclination, and there is Minmus out there somewhere, and we can actually point to it. There she is, that tiny, teeny little speck. That's Minmus right there. We are heading right at her, and we're just gonna get going here. Do a little time warp as we leave our pretty little planet of Kerbin. And there's the sun again. So we have quite a bit of work to do in this mission here. We have, let's just review our contract on the way. We have to get an orbit around Minmus, transmit and get data from space around Minmus, land on Minmus, and get data from the surface of Minmus. All in a day's work, right guys? So that is the plan, that's what we're gonna do. Let's speed things along a little further. And we can watch that tiny speck grow closer and closer. There's the moon. There's Kerbin just spinning away in its orbit. And there's the speck of Minmus just growing bigger and bigger. Sort of. Actually, what we can do, let's see. It says our periapsis is, what is it? 6,000. That's pretty far. If we make corrections now, we can actually fix that. So, let's just try some different things. Let's see. If we slow down, what is it now? It's 6,030, 630. Ooh. It'll be worse for us. So if we speed up, it'll be even worse still. Okay. Let's try another one. We want to make sure we're putting it on the blue, not the purple. What if we go this way? The new one becomes 6.5, so worse. 613, that's better. 598. 570. Well, that's a little better. 577. So let's do that. Just a little correction. Essentially just burning, I guess it looks like we're burning away from the target. Just a slight little burn, just to move us over a little bit. Oh, now it's saying 340. Hold on a sec. Yeah, we'll just do it like this so we can see it. Just burning at like 1% thrust. Just want to get that periapsis down. Down, down, down. There we go. Just doing little bursts now. Don't want to overdo it. I want to get in nice and close. Let's see, right there, 41. I'm getting nervous. I don't like what this is doing, but that's the orbit. That's what'll happen if we miss, or rather, if we don't close up our orbit. Oh, it looks like we are off a little bit. Wow, so we are a little high. That's why it's doing that. Well, we better fix that. Let's see if we have to push downwards then, don't we? Let's see if that helps a little bit. That's too low. We just want it right across the plane. There we go. That might screw with the encounter a little bit, but at least it'll be right across the plane, and then we can further correct whatever we have to do. And it's teeny tiny little burn. We could pee outside of our spacecraft and make that up. So we're just gonna do that at like 1% thrust, and it's already finished. Now I don't like now what it's doing here. It says we're gonna do some kind of weird loop-de-loop. Yeah, very strange. Let's see what happens. Again, this is how we do things. We just kind of figure it out. I still don't really know, you know, off the top of my head how to make these things work. So I still have to do a good amount of like guess and checking. 10,000. That's closer to what we want. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So I think what was happening is we were crashing right into it, and the game didn't like it. So now we pushed over a little bit, and now it's going to be more like 34 instead of crashing into the surface. So these are the things you got to do sometimes. Just little correction burns, little things like this. Periapsis, 70. That's a little too far. Let's just spin it around to the anti-target node. I guess this one over here. Let's just see if it helps it a little bit. Yeah. Bring it closer. That's good. 25. That's good right there. Okay, I'm glad we did that. I almost forgot to do it. I almost just zipped right out there like everything's fine. But let's find Minmus again. We'll point straight at her. This way we can see where we're going. She's out there somewhere. Can't quite see her yet, but we're getting closer now. It's funny, I don't see her anymore. Oh, there she is, right there. Little speck. Just want to be careful that we don't miss it. It's getting a little bigger now. Kerbin's getting really far away. So, you know, Minmus is basically just about at the edge of the gravity well that Kerbin can hold. Kerbin can hold things much past it. In fact, I think right about here is the absolute furthest you can get without leaving Kerbin, entering a solar orbit, which is just too scary for us right now. Alright, good. We're still on the correct inclination path. That's good. Getting even closer. There's Minmus right there. I don't want to miss it. I don't want to mess it up. So we are at 1,000 times speed, but our speed is so slow right now because we're edging right towards the apoapsis, and as you approach the apoapsis, you stop accelerating, basically, and basically hang there for a while. And it's kind of strange to think about it that way, but technically, we're still up from the ground on Kerbin at an extremely high altitude of 46,000 kilometers. Imagine going 46,000 kilometers straight up in the air, and then right at the very top, you just stop and hang there like a roller coaster, and then you start accelerating fast back down towards it again. But we're not going to fall back towards Kerbin again, because we're going to fix that by making a correction burn. And as we just hang here, Minmus is now accelerating up on us, or rather, we're getting slower and Minmus is staying the same, but subjectively, it just seems like Minmus is just speeding up suddenly. Racing towards us, even though it's us that's slowing down. Very strange things. That's what I'm saying. Your intuition in this game just doesn't really work sometimes. But here's our encounter. I'm just going to slow it right down so I don't miss it. Boom. Okay. Yeah, and like I predicted... Oh, there's an asteroid right there. Like I predicted, we are on a different orbit. We're going around clockwise instead of counterclockwise, that's okay. It doesn't really make a huge difference. If I wanted to, I could pull it this way and correct that, but that's 29 meters per second that we don't need to spend. It doesn't really matter too much. We are slightly inclined above the ecliptic, maybe, but that's okay. Again, it doesn't really matter too much. We'll just put a maneuver here, and we'll just try to close that orbit. It's going to take 100. 151, we have 213. Perfect. So we're going to have plenty of fuel to close the orbit, and we can even use that stage to do our powered descent when we go down to the surface of Minmus. So let's just line up with our node here. And again, we'll just do a time warp. So now we're no longer falling towards Kerbin, we're now falling towards Minmus. This tiny little dust ball, or salt flats, or whatever it is, an ice ball, it's now pulling us very gently. It doesn't have much of a pull, but it does. It does somewhat, and there she is. Beautiful teal type looking planet. Not really sure what color that is. Some kind of teal or turquoise. I was never very good with colors. There she is. Let's just double check. What's our periapsis? It is 55. Okay. Well, that reminds me. Let's get some data. So observation while in space high over Minmus. So that's a high over Minmus calculation. We'll also do a crew report from high over Minmus. The lake beds seem relatively flat. Perhaps we could land there. And we'll send that data right back. This time we actually have a thingy to send it back with. So we'll get the science from that. 20 science. We'll get Bill, is it? We'll do an EVA from high orbit. 32. So each like further place you go away from Kerbin, you get a little more science from all these little EVAs and whatnot. I wonder if we could do a temperature scan. Will it let us do that? Where'd it go? I could have sworn it was... Oh, derp, here it is. Log, review data. We only get 50% of it if we do that. We'll just keep that. That's fine. Our burn is indeed coming up, though. So we did a goo, we did a crew, we did a EVA. I'm not going to do the materials bay till we're on the surface, because I feel like we'll get more that way. We'll do this burn at around 12 seconds. And here we go. So we're just slowing ourselves down. Getting ourselves in a stable orbit. Got that contract too. So that's two things we got already. Let's check the notifications. We have achieved orbit around Minmus. Nice. 18,750 plus some reputation. That is excellent. We'll just get rid of that. And we've transmitted and recovered data from space around Minmus for another 18,750. That's awesome. And that gives us science too. Very cool. So let's just see what we got here. Slightly strange orbit, but that's okay. What I'm just going to do is lower the apoapsis down to like a low orbit setting. So I'll just warp ahead till we get to the periapsis. Time to periapsis. 30 seconds. Okay, we can do it here. And we're just going to burn retrograde, and that's going to reduce our orbit. I'm just going to pull it into... I forget what it is. It's, what's considered low Minmus orbit. Maybe 15, maybe 20. We'll try 20. We'll just... yeah, 18. We'll go 18. That's got to be low Minmus orbit. And then once we get here, we'll do the same thing just to get a circular orbit. There we are. So again, we'll just do a little time warp. So now we're falling again, closer and closer to the surface. I don't think we'll smack into anything. 18 kilometers is pretty high, hopefully. I always get nervous though. It's like, oh god, are we high enough, up enough? I think we will be. Node is coming up in 3 minutes. Burn is barely going to cost anything. There we go, so we'll just circularize. Easy, look at that. I barely spent any fuels, 13 meters per second. 19 and 18, close enough. So let's see if this is considered low Minmus orbit. Hopefully it is. I don't want to get much closer. Yes, in space near Minmus. It reminds me of your favorite childhood dessert. You're tempted to taste the surface. So we get 20 science from that. Cool. Transmit that. Let's do another goo. Goo feels right at home here. 40 science. Nice. From near Minmus. And we'll do an EVA. So again, we can kind of collect EVA reports from the Midlands here. We'll keep that. That's what we'll do. Let's just go around and we'll collect data, EVA data from different biomes. Midlands, I think we just got that one. I was just seeing if it was any different. This should be a lake bed right here, maybe. Lowlands. Cool, we got lowlands. So it didn't quite register that as a lake because we technically aren't quite on it. Maybe this will be highlands here. It's kind of a raised plateau. Let's see. Midlands again, we'll just double check. Yeah, we got that one already. I don't know what's much higher than that. There's definitely a highlands. I'm not sure where it is. We'll just keep checking around. Midlands again, that's okay. Let's see what's over here. Maybe this is something different. Let's just see. Nope, Midlands. A lot of Midlands around the equator, I see. Well, this is definitely going to be a mountain. Wow. Yep, that's definitely a mountain right there. Kind of hard to see it as it's dark, but I think we are over a mountain. What do you see, Bill? No, still Midlands. That's surprising. I was certain that that was like a mountain right there. Here comes a lake bed. So we'll definitely grab EVA from there. Greater Flats, there we go. Another 32 science right there. So that's considered the Greater Flats. There's, I think, 2 or 3 different flats that you can get data from on Minmus. I wonder if we do this and turn the lights on, like U, is it? Yeah. No, I don't know why I thought that. I was like, maybe it'll shine enough light down there. But no, it didn't. It did not do that. Well, that's weird. I'm time accelerating and lights are coming on. I don't quite get it. Oh well. Oh, that's a pretty view right there. Kerbal in the moon. Beauty. These might be some more flats right here. Nope. Midlands. I think those are the lesser flats right there. I'm not sure why it's not counting it. Flats, just regular flats. Okay. Flats are flats. This has got to be a mountain right here. I just keep thinking I'm gonna like smash right into it. It's gonna drag the bottom of the spacecraft. Slopes! Damn, there's a lot of biomes here. There is a lot of freaking biomes. Slopes again. Thought maybe it'd be like a mountain. This has got to be a mountain. Of course, I'll probably be wrong. Nope. Yep. Midlands. I don't know. Now here's more flats. These could be the lesser flats. Come on. Lowlands, I think we got already. Yep. Not sure why it's not counting it. Like, I see we're totally over the flats. I guess it's just... Great Flats. There we are. What a cool view. It's like Kerbin's so far away. But in reality, it's quite close. And I think we're back to where we started again. It's right around here, I believe. Midlands again, yep. Couldn't quite find the Highlands. I'm sure they're around somewhere, but I think we've already gone way over time in this episode. I wanted to actually touch down in this episode, but it didn't quite happen. We had to farm out all those locations, and that's important. Don't skip out on that. You know, it's good to do those things. Let's just change the view around a little bit. Free, I think, is what we want, so we can get a nice screenshot for the audience there, for you guys. There we go. Alright, and I think with that, I'll call this episode to a close, and in the next one we'll definitely land, and that's when we'll do our Minmus hopping. We'll just hop all around the moon there, so we can get all that science. Thanks for watching.